Hi, boys and girls. Everybody have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Everybody have a seat on the floor. Not on the ceiling, not on the door. Everybody have a seat on the floor. Well, this week I was watching the news and they sent a spaceship to Mars. And they dropped off something called a rover, which is kind of like a little car on Mars that's going to take pictures and do some science experiments. Anyway, so it got me thinking about the night sky and things that we see in the sky. And of course, one of the biggest things I see in the night sky is the moon. So our books are about moons today, or at least a little bit about moons. So here's our first one. Our first book for today is titled The Bear and the Moon, and it's written by Matthew Burgess, and it's illustrated by Chien, and it's read for you by permission of Chronicle Books. Opening his eyes after a long snooze, the bear saw a red dot in the blue sky. The closer it floated, the bigger and rounder and redder the dot became. Until it was no longer a dot at all. It was red as a berry and round like the moon, with a long silver string drifting brightly in the breeze. Curious, the bear went to investigate. Do you know what it is, boys and girls? I bet you do. First, he tried to catch the string between his teeth. But when it floated out of reach, he climbed onto a boulder and stood on his two hind legs, balancing. Uh-oh! The bear wobbled and slipped and tumbled into a furry puddle. Poor bear! But then it drifted nearer and nearer. There! Suddenly the bear felt lighter than air. He's looking through it. When he walked, it walked. When he danced, it danced. And when dinner time arrived, he tied the silver string to a stone. The bear enjoyed the quiet company while he ate beside the creek. And when evening became night, it glowed softly in the moonlight. The next morning, the bear gave it a tour of his whereabouts. This is the tree I can climb to find honey. There he is. Here is where I curl into a ball and roll down the hill. And this is the spot where I sit on the pot. All the while, the floating red thing smiled back at him like a friend. It dipped and breezed and bumped against the bear's cheek. What a nice thing, what a wonderful thing, what a squishable, huggable thing. Uh-oh! What do you think happened, boys and girls? Maybe it's happened to you. it popped. The bear stared at the red tatter dangling on the silver string. He thought, maybe I can fix it. He tried stretching it. He tried throwing it back up into the sky. He tried closing his eyes and dancing with the string in his hand just as they had danced before. But nothing brought it back. The sky had sent him a gift, a friend, a small red moon, and now it was gone. Bad bear, he thought. Bad, bad bear. Oh, he's feeling very sad. Night fell, but the bear skipped his dinner. With a heavy heart, he listened to the water rush over the rocks in the creek and gazed up at the stars. When suddenly the full moon rose from behind 2 mountains, it reached down to him and gently stroked his fur. Quietly the moon was speaking to the bear, and the bear understood. Good bear, kind bear, don't worry, bear. Blanketed in moonlight, the bear remembered the small dot that grew and grew and grew into a red round friend drifting brightly in the breeze. It was gone now, but as he dozed off to sleep, he held the memory on a silver string, and in his dreams they danced again. Well, it looks like that bear enjoyed that balloon, and he thought it was a gift from the moon. How fun. Well, that was interesting. That little bear thought that that red balloon was a little red moon. It's kind of fun. And balloons are a lot of fun. And the moon is rather magical. So I'm going to show you something, boys and girls, and first I want to teach you some hand signs. These are the symbols, the way you move your hands for different words. So moon is like this. You hold your moon like this. Your hand like this, like a crescent moon. Okay? Taking a trip, you hold 2 fingers and you move them in the way you want to go. Try that. Move it in the way you want to go. Rocket ship means taking your 2 fingers and crossing them and going like this. Rocket ship. Okay? And stars are like this. Alright, let's try it. I think you know this finger rhyme, but we're just putting a few different motions in it. And it goes like this. It goes, zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Upside down and all around, I'll take you where the stars are found. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, one, blast off! Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you jumped right up when we blasted off. So let's go to our second book. The name of our second book for today is called Papa, Please Get the Moon for Me. And it's written by Eric Carle and read for you by permission of Scholastic Press. So boys and girls, this has some fold-outs in it, so I'll have to move the book around a little bit so that you can see it. Oh, stars. Before Monica went to bed, she looked out of her window and saw the moon. The moon looked so near. I wish I could play with the moon, thought Monica, and reached for it. There's Monica, there's her dad, and there's her kitty. But no matter how much she stretched, she could not touch the moon. Papa, said Monica to her father, please get the moon for me. Look at she sitting on her dad's shoulders, but no matter how far she stretched, she couldn't touch the moon. Up, here's the first fold out. Papa got a very long ladder. Wow, that is long. He carried the very long ladder towards a very high mountain. There it is. Then Papa put the very long ladder on top of the very high mountain. Wow. See him climbing up into the sky? Up and up he climbed. Wow. Finally, Papa got to the moon. My daughter Monica would like to play with you, said Papa, but you are much too big. Every night I get a little smaller, said the moon. When I am just the right size, you can take me with you. And indeed, the moon got smaller and smaller. When the moon was just the right size, Papa took it, and down he climbed. Here, said Papa to Monica, I have the moon for you. Monica jumped and danced with the moon. She hugged the moon and threw it into the air. But the moon kept getting smaller, smaller, and smaller. And finally, it disappeared altogether. Then one night, Monica saw a thin sliver of moon reappear. There it is. Each night the moon grew and grew and grew. And there it is. It's back to being a full moon. Maybe you'll have some fun watching the moon go from a crescent moon to a full moon. It changes a little bit every night. At least what we see of the moon changes a little bit every night. Have fun watching the night sky. Bye-bye.